Today on The Young and the Restless, Chance and Chelsea separately try to help Summer move on. Billy puts a plan into action, and Lauren and Phyllis reconnect. Summer walks into the park looking at her phone, and Kyle rises from the bench he was sitting on and bumps into her. They make apologies, and he sighs and asks how her day's going. She quips that she's having trouble walking. Talk quickly turns to Harrison as they awkwardly make conversation. He thinks the boy is handling the split fine. Suddenly, Audra appears. Summer asks, "Do you not have somewhere else you need to be?" Audra was on her way there. Summer informs Audra that her agenda is very clear. Kyle's in a compromised state right now, but soon he'll see it too. Audra says, "He looks fine to me." Kyle tells the women to just stop. Summer thinks Kyle is trying to escape his feelings by throwing himself into whatever this is. Kyle informs her it's no longer her concern what he does or who he's with. "You created this situation, not me." Audra says it's kind of sad that Summer's showing how controlling she is. She betrayed Kyle's trust. Kyle referees again. Summer tells him that she hurt him and he might hate her, but she hates seeing him like this. "Don't destroy your life because of what I did. You're better than this." She stalks off, and Audra tells Kyle, "Now I get it." Billy greets Chelsea at Society, where she tells him Marchetti has been easier than she thought. He hadn't a doubt that it would go well. Chelsea is feeling great and confident thanks to his pep talk. She thinks he seems distracted. Billy tells her the situation at Jabot isn't great. He relays that Jack and Diane came up with a risky plan that he agreed to participate in. He has to convince Tucker and Ashley that he's on their side. He explains how they'll set up a conflict, after which he'll infiltrate the opposing camp. Billy thinks it's the right thing to do, not only to save Ashley from Tucker but for Jabot. This is all about trying to expose Tucker for who he really is. Chelsea breathes, "Wow." She asks if he really wants to get in the middle of all this. Tucker's a master at mind games. He's come so far, she'd really hate to see him stumble on his old demons. At the Abbott house, Diane taunts Ashley about thinking that Jack would never divide the family company for her. Ashley jabs back. Diane guesses she's more determined than ever to get what she wants. Ashley will get what she wants. Diane stops Ash from leaving by telling her that she and Jack are getting married this afternoon at the courthouse. Ashley calls it a last-ditch effort to get her hooks into her brother. Diane says that Jack is determined to prove to her and the other naysayers how true their love is. She adds that Billy's on her side. Ashley lashes out that Jack is going to lose everything because of her. "You stupid bitch." Diane laughs that Ashley is the one who will lose everything. Ashley tells her she's over her head and out of her league. The sooner she realizes that the better, just move on. At the GCAC, Phyllis comes upon Jack as he's planning a celebration for after his wedding. He wants answers from the redhead. How could she unleash this hell on Diane and her family? Jack's amazed she can show her face in public. Phyllis never intended for any of this to happen. Jack snarks, "You never do." He doesn't buy that Stark manipulated someone as savvy as her. Phyllis says everyone she cared about abandoned her. She deserves all of this but wants to know if he can find it in his heart to forgive her as he did Diane. Jack argues that she chose this deliberately. She wants to make it up to everyone, but he says she's done quite enough and stalks off. Tucker appears and says, "That went well." Phyllis explains that Jack caught her off guard. Tucker thinks it might also catch her off guard if Carson doesn't show up at her trial. Phyllis vows she'll turn this around. Tucker wonders if he made a mistake. "If you're not going to fulfill your end of the bargain, I don't know what good you are to me." Phyllis tells Tucker she knows Jack very well and can get him where he wants them. Tucker wants results. Phyllis will get his forgiveness. What Jack and Diane do after that is on them. She doesn't want to resume the war with Diane. Tucker will mull this over. He walks off and Lauren arrives. She tells Phyllis, "I've been afraid to see you." She's caught between missing her and rage at what she put all of them through. They embrace and tear up. Phyllis loves her and Michael so much, and will spend the rest of her life making it up to her. Lauren advises her to listen to Heather, and do everything she tells her to do. She's your best chance right now. They hug some more. Phyllis confides that even Heather won't be able to save her if she loses her star witness. Having to be nice to Tucker is not easy. Lauren agrees he's very sketchy and shady, but warns Phyllis not to give up. She's sure Jack will come around. He's always had a soft spot for her. She encourages Phyllis to get Jack and Kyle's forgiveness for herself and Summer, not for Tucker. In the park, Audra thinks Summer is still getting under Kyle's skin. He admits it's hard. Audra understands, she went through it with Noah. It taught her how dangerous love can be, and she handles things differently now. She'd rather focus on things that bring her pleasure both personally and professionally. It's better to be selfish than to get hurt. Kyle sees the logic but isn't sure he's ready to live his life that way. Audra purrs, maybe not yet. Summer arrives on the patio in crimson lights and exhales. Chance sees her and asks if she's all right. She says she had a weird encounter on the way over and hasn't shaken it off yet. Chance tells her how Dom moved his mouth into a smile the other day and cracked him up. Summer laughs and shares a story about Harrison. Summer tells Chance, thanks for not running in the other direction when faced with my stormy mood. Chance has been there, and if he can help, he's happy to do it. Summer appreciates Chance's kindness toward her. She's not always the easiest person to deal with. Chance teases, you have your moments. He's happy to be there for her in any way he can. Chelsea joins Summer for a meeting and Chance takes off inside. Chelsea tells Summer what a great friend Chance is, and Summer says she could use all the friends she can get right now. She's feeling conflicted and wishes she and Kyle could forgive each other. She's not sure it's possible to let go, as Chelsea advised. I still love Kyle. How do I just walk away from that? Chelsea counsels that you can't force someone to stay with you. Summer sees it as he cheated on her, but she still wants to save their marriage. How can he not love me back just as much? Chelsea's sorry she's going through this. Summer wants to focus on work. At the Abbott mansion, Jack tells Diane everything is set for their courthouse wedding. She reports she reached out to Kyle to meet them, and clashed with Ashley earlier. She thinks they should put things in motion with Billy as soon as possible. It's their chance to put Ashley in her place, so she'll finally leave them alone. She assures him her pushiness is coming out of love. Jack decides she's right. They have to push this to the limit if they're going to end this war once and for all. Kyle arrives and Diane tells him they're getting married today at the courthouse. Kyle didn't see that coming. Jack doesn't want to spend another day not married to his mother. Kyle is just trying to keep up. He feels like outside forces are motivating the move. What's this really about? Jack insists he wants to make a point of his love for Diane to Ashley, but that's not the principal reason for getting married. Diane wants their son to join them, but he has to bow out. He has back-to-back meetings. Diane gawps, Kyle, come on. Can't you just rearrange your schedule for today? In the park, Ashley tells Tucker that things have gotten a lot worse. Billy appears and says he thought he should tell Ashley that Jack and Diane are getting married today. Ashley heard. Billy says he thinks Jack is crossing the line with this move. He's rushing into this clearly. He obviously doesn't have a prenup. The rush to the altar has him questioning everything. I think Diane is the mastermind. I am worried about Jabot. Ashley hugs him. She's so relieved he finally sees it. Jack is an idiot. In the GCAC dining room, Lauren enthuses about Phyllis getting Jack and Kyle's acceptance. She'll be free of Tucker and hopefully the charges against her. Phyllis wants a new life and to make it up to her children. She doesn't trust Tucker but needs some leverage over him to protect herself in case he takes Carson away. Lauren will be with her every step of the way but warns Phyllis to keep Heather in the loop. She's her best shot at freedom. At Crimson Lights, Summer tells Chelsea she's stepped in seamlessly to the position at Marchetti. She's eager to hear her ideas and anticipates record growth at Marchetti under the two of them. Chelsea assures Summer she's strong and will find a way to move on and be happy. At the Abbott house, Kyle refuses to change his schedule to attend his parents' wedding. They're disappointed as he walks out. Diane complains their son has shut down emotionally. Jack knows from experience that when you shut out that part of your heart, you don't always make the wisest decisions. In the park, Billy tells Ashley and Tucker he thinks the wedding proves that Jack has lost his mind. It's a mistake and a big red flag. Kyle arrives at Society to meet Audra and apologizes for being late. He had to deal with more family drama. Audra asks what she can do to help. Kyle asks if they can cancel their afternoon meetings. Right now, I need to get you alone. In the park, Summer is sitting alone when Chance happens along. He asks if she's okay. She says, honestly, no. Everyone keeps telling her to move on and let go, but she doesn't know if she can do that. Everything is different, and she wishes it could go back to the way it was. Chance sits and advises that sometimes the best way out is forward. In Audra's suite, she pulls off Kyle's tie and kisses him. He doffs his shirt and she asks, "Do you trust me? Turn around." She blindfolds him with his tie and pushes him onto the bed before climbing on top of him. In the GCAC dining room, Phyllis tells Lauren that Tucker is after Jabut. Lauren warns this situation is precarious. She needs to find his weak link and go from there. Phyllis thinks she'll have to tap into OG Phyllis one last time. In the Abbott living room, Diane can't believe how lucky she is to have such a handsome groom. Billy walks in and updates them that he started the plan. Ashley and Tucker enter and Jack tells them they're welcome to join them at their civil ceremony. Tucker cracks, "Did you say civil?" Ashley declares that he's completely lost his mind and Billy finally agrees with her. Billy snaps, "Ashley." He tells Jack that he's not making this easy. "This is a mistake, you shouldn't be going through with this, and if Diane actually loves you as much as she says she does, she would put an end to this right now." Jack fumes.